What's happening, family? I want to share some information with us with regard to how the Roosevelt Freeport Church will make some adaptations to go along with the federal health mandates that are happening in light of the pandemic that the entire world is dealing with. We all understand that we have to function with some proactive care. And what that means is that we will adapt our regular practices in support of the global effort of slowing the virus in this 15-day effort, but in our particular area. I think the goal of leadership as well as membership is to be good stewards of health and the lives of the body of Christ, as well as honoring the concept of wisdom, especially in regard to the coronavirus, the COVID-19. In light of that, what that means for us is that we're going to be asking members to support some of the following recommendations. As you know, just last week, the ability for people to gather together in assembly was moved largely in the New York area from assembly groups of 200 now all the way down to as little as 10 is the recommendation of people coming together. And even in that 10, they're suggesting that you create a 6 feet parameter to not be in the breathing space of individuals that may be carriers or that may be sick themselves. And what that means for us then obviously is that we need to be stewards of what we cannot see. We cannot see who's a carrier. We cannot know who has the virus, because the target, according to what science is suggesting, is that it's individuals that have low immune systems or from the demographic of 60 and above that are most susceptible to the virus. In light of all of that, one of the things that we want to do to guard against those that may have low immune systems and to be protective of those that may have low immune systems or respiratory issues and the like is to practice not creating a compromising position for those that have those immune deficiencies. With that in mind, we want to prayerfully ask the members of the Roosevelt Freeport Church of Christ to follow certain practices within this time frame. First of all, it's all about communication. We have to be collectively involved in sharing what we're going to do as a church. Reaching out, call somebody, let them know via Facebook, let them know by our different social media platforms, and of course, regularly just communicating. This particular week on Saturday coming, we're asking members to come by the building. And when you come by the building at the time of 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., we're going to ask you to pick up what we're going to call worship kits. In those worship kits, you will receive your portable communion. You will also receive an outline, and that outline will later be supplemented by a video lesson that I'll produce so that you can study, follow the study online, and even follow the study through live stream on the day that it will be developed. With regard to your worship by giving, we're asking you also on that Saturday to prepare to leave your offering with some representatives on the financial team. Brother Ruff will be there, and a few others will also be in support to collect your offering so that we can continue to do what we do as the body of Christ, and so that you can honor God by way of your worship. You will also be able to give by text or go online at RFCOC.org and hit the drop-down menu where you can give your tithes and your offerings there as well. And so in light of that, that means on Sunday that we will not be having worship as we normally do. We won't have our 8 o'clock and our 11 o'clock. In fact, we're encouraging individuals to do your worship on your own in light of the circumstances. Tune in to the live stream, if you will, but we will have one collective abbreviated worship time at 10 a.m. on Sunday. And again, following the recommendations, if you're not going to be compromised, you certainly are welcome to be there. If you are walking by faith, And despite everything else, you certainly are welcome to be there. But even in those settings, we want to make sure that we do our best to have the building and our facility clean. And we want you to practice the same. Everything has been recommended: washing of your hands, carrying the sanitizer, being careful about our greeting of one another. All of that will take place. One worship celebration, abbreviated worship celebration on Sunday at 10 a.m. Everyone else, we're certainly encouraging you to practice the things that are being laid out for you to worship on your own. We will have those portable kits ready for you on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Swing by the building, 24 Woods Avenue, Roosevelt, New York, 11575. Swing by the building, pick up your communion, pick up your outline for study, leave your offering, and then, of course, communicate this to everyone else. This is a time for us to be in prayer as a church. This is a time for us to be praying for not only the well-being of our congregation, but the well-being of the world. The Bible teaches that if my people will pray, God will hear and God will heal. So we're asking you to collectively do that. We're also asking, though, that we practice having a positive attitude. This is not the time to become negative or discouraging or even disparaging, but this is the time for us to positively work together and pray for science, pray for the thinkers, pray for those that are involved with watching over the well-being of our world, and do so in a way where God can continue to get glory. We fully know that there's a lot that we don't understand about what's happening, but we also know that we have a God, we serve a God who's more than able, a God that can certainly see what we cannot see and do what we cannot do. And we're beseeching that God to be a part of this entire process. Please share this link, send it through text, post it on your media sites. Do what's necessary so that we can have a broad understanding of what we're doing as a church. If you have any questions that you want to reach out to me personally, please do that. You can reach me at 516-434-0224. Call me, and any questions that I can't ask, I will answer. I will certainly do that. Anything that I cannot, I'll dig in and try to find an answer for you. Listen, love you, praying for you. You do the same for me. And let's make sure that we do our best to be stewards in this time. And God's certainly on the move. Let's move with him.